Now, my bread and butter trading is called dip and rip. I heard from a pro day trader that if you don't disclose what you have, you're not going to become an expert at it. So I'm going to disclose it here. It's nothing special, and everybody knows about it. UK Spread Betting has this on their public display. It says that if you're a novice trader, there's a couple things that you can do. One of them is trend trading, and the other is reversals. I do reversals, and reversals are very dangerous. And because I can attest to that. It's very very dangerous because what I do is I wait for the market. Because all I do is I wait for the stock to drop, and then I have to time it. I have to make sure that I catch it at the bottom. If it so for a single trade, I wait for the stock to bottom, and then when it shows a sign of a upturn, then I get in. Here's what happens though. I've been bitten several times by Boeing, and Boeing, what it does is it drops like $2 to $3 in the morning, early in the morning, and I'm thinking, okay, wow, that's good. I think it's gonna come back up. However, what happens to Boeing sometimes is that it'll double the digits, and it'll keep going down, and sometimes it happens often too that it'll drop to like $10 in one day. And what that will do is cause me to real in serious pain because what I'll do is my mind will flip after I get into the first initial drop and thinking that it's going to reverse. But the thing is, it'll keep dropping, and then the infant side of me will cause me to like my hand will just automatically move to the keyboard, to the mouse. It'll just move, and then it'll add because there's a thought in my mind. There's something that's triggered the impulsive side of me that triggers, and by the end of the day, it'll most likely end at the low, or it'll be a point where I've suffered so much, the maximum pain threshold has occurred, and right along with most people, I've gotten out. And sometimes what it will do, a lot of times what it will do is it'll reverse and come back up, and I would look at it and I'd be dejected and I would be very upset. That essentially is my trading, bread and butter trading. That essentially has a very low. It has perhaps maybe about a 70%, maybe 60 to 70% success rate. And sometimes I get out of it, and I can survive it. But there is that one time, which happens, which happened to me like 40 or 50 times within the last year. And that time will literally just wipe out my account, and I have to restart, rebuilding, and I'll be consistent and consistent. So that is my trading plan. So what I need to do right now, these days, is that I have to be more patient. So I have to work on being patient. So I have to be patient, and then once I get in, I have to observe, and I have to observe what the stock is doing. If the stock is going up, then I have the opportunity to add. If I add and it reverses, then I have to reverse my thinking and say, okay, it's reversed. My thesis is incorrect. I need to get out with a loss. It's a loss. The first two trade is a loss. But if it keeps going up, I have sufficient amount of capital vested within that trade to allow me to make a substantial amount of capital, substantial amount of gain for that day. If I can just remember that. And so when I lose, when it goes down, I don't have to add. I don't have to add. Adding is just asking for more punishment, because I've already stated to myself that the amount of shares that I have is sufficient to satisfy the gains that I have for that particular day. But something in me just twists over thinking that I have to add. So the idea is, so starting Monday, what I plan to do is add a stop loss. So I will be more patient in getting in, and then I will add a stop loss in order for me to preserve my account so that I only risk a certain amount, and I'll have a certain R amount that I will gain back. I hope